Hey, yo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use promo code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome into a remote version of CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me is my partner in degeneracy, Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. We got game one of the finals. None of the baseball teams are in action, but we will have some same-game parlay X actions for you, as that's the best promo out there on any sports book. Hi, Cody.
Hey, Sean. Good to be back. Missed you the last few days.
Great to be back. Love to see you. Let's go win some money, huh? I missed winning money with you. And you know what? It's great to win money with not only you, but our guy James Orlando, who bet on Shohei Ohtani to hit a homer. So he cashed something as well. And he not only knows us, but he knows the producer roster. He's giving shout out to Sarah as well. So shout out to Sarah producing the show. He knows if it's going to be Steven, if it's going to be Law, if it's going to be Sarah. I mean, we're starting a community. Don't tell anybody, you can, but watch out, folks.
Watch out.
But we're going to win you some money on game one of the finals. And again, same game parlay access. But Cody, let's jump into game one. We got Nuggets versus the Heat. It's in Denver. Denver's getting 8.5 points. If you want to bet the Heat on the money line, plus 295 over under of 219. Where are you leaning?
For the sake of knowing you as well as I feel like I know you, Sean, I think we're going to lean on this the same way. Oh, yeah. And if we don't, it's okay, but I guess I'll be a little confused. Jesus. But I already placed a small wager on the Nuggets minus 10 at like plus 105, plus 110, somewhere like that. Because I think the Nuggets blow them out tonight because they've had all this rest and the Heat have only had a couple days. They got to go play an altitude. Obviously, the Nuggets are the better team. They've shown that all postseason, in my opinion. And it's just a little added bonus to root for our friends at DNVR. But
right,
I think, I know I took Miami against Boston in game one in the last series, but Boston was coming off playing a 7-game series in their previous series. And now Miami's doing the exact same thing. And Denver has had all this time off. They got the best player in the world on their team. I think that this series goes 6, but I think that Denver gets off to a really hot start tonight.
I don't hate it. I've been feeling just Heat, at least leaning them on the spread, and it's honestly just because of Eric Spoelstra. Because we've been hearing about the whole rest thing the entire playoffs. I mean, we heard it even in 2020 when they were doing this through the bubble. Jimmy Butler's just that dude. So I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if my true lean is 219. I think they're going to go under 219. You look at the games that have been in Denver this playoffs, 109.80, that's an under, and that's game one of Minnesota. 125-107, I don't know if that's an under. I can't do math in my head. I think that's an over right there in game one versus Phoenix. But then game two, 97-87, and then even against LA, game two, 108-103. I think it was even a surprising over in the fact that the Lakers in game one even got to 126. That was 132-126, so we can see some scoring. But even 118-102, that's a slight over at 220. I feel like just as bettors, we know that people like to watch games that go over. So I do think right before tip, it's probably going to be around 220.5. And I'll take that. I'll take under 220.5. I'm going to fade the public, and largely the public bets overs. So I don't know what it's going to end up with. I think Denver wins the game. I think you're right there, just because I think the altitude is going to be the biggest factor in game one. But do
Denver's
they
been really good at
beat them by
home.
10? Yeah. I mean, no, they have been. Absolutely. I mean, they're the best home team. And it's like, I think it's an easy fade for them game 3 in Miami. They might go 2-0 against Miami here, but I think Miami knows how important it is to get one in Denver. If they can get one in Denver, they are actually, live in this series. So that's my one thought is just like, do they get one? And they got game 1 against Boston, and I thought we were all surprised by that. So
I wasn't necessarily surprised, but
I had a money line ticket. I don't remember you having a money line ticket.
If we could go back and watch the tape, if we have to, I'm pretty sure I took Miami +8 at the very least.
Yes. Oh, you did. No, because then it got to 8.5, and then I tailed you,
Yeah,
and then I bet money line. I was just saying I bet money line. You didn't bet money line.
I think, and I put like a sizable wager on that just because, like, again, Boston was coming off a 7-game series and they had only had a few days off. And now Miami's in the exact same situation. Give me the Nuggets. I think they blow them out tonight. If you want even more odds, go up to like 11 or 12 if you want. But I think they can win by double digits tonight at the very least. Maybe Miami can hang around for a half, but I just think Denver's better. Also, I haven't even mentioned this, but like they have you want to talk about Miami having like this massive chip on their shoulders because they're the 8 seed, like the underdog, whatever. Like everyone in the national media thinks that the Denver Nuggets are like boring and like aren't interesting at all. Like they've been using that as fuel all postseason and all year, honestly, because no one wants to give them respect. Like, again, I think Miami, because of Jimmy Butler being in the finals before and like having, the Spoelstra and all that, I think they can win 2 games. But I think that this is a series where the world sees not only how good the Denver Nuggets are, but like, Nikola Jokic as well. And it's easy. Nikola Jokic has been the best player in the world all year. So I'm going to ride with the Nuggets tonight with that. That said, I'm also taking Jokic 17 plus rebounds at +290. The regular line at -110 is like 13.5. So
fuck it.
I think that I honestly would not be surprised if you got 20 boards tonight. Miami's roster, that they play small. You saw in Game 7 against the Celtics, they played small, didn't even throw Kevin Love out there or Cody Zeller. I don't know how they're going to try and do this against the Nuggets as far as matchups and stuff. But you know how Jokic is on the offensive boards and just in terms of getting defensive rebounds anyway. I mean, there was one game last series where he had 12 in like the first quarter. So like, I think that, if Denver can really dominate the boards, which I think they can just based off their size alone, I think that could, the 17 rebounds could easily hit. So I know it's a little bit of a stretch and I don't like doing these types of bets a lot, but I feel really good about Denver tonight. And I think Jokic, it's hard to bet his stuff without just saying, well, is he just going to get a triple double or no? And so it's like,
yes,
like I might as well add in a few extra rebounds to get a little extra odds. You know what I mean? So
like what historic thing is he going to do this final series? Like, I feel like every game I'm going to sprinkle $5 for him to have a 20-20 and 20 game. Right. He's going to have 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists. Just have a stupid stat line.
Maybe have a random like 10 block game or something like that. Like I don't know. Like he is a stat stuffer, but also
really
stat
good
stuffing, really good basketball player on a really good team. And I that as far as like a single prop, I like that one. I did come up with the same game parlay as well. I'm going to go with Jokic, 10 assists, Jamal Murray, 1 steal, Jamal Murray, 3 3-pointers, and Jokic to get 1 block. And that comes out to like +400. I got a bonus bet that I put on it. It was like a $15 one that I put on it. So 15 to win 60. So
let's go.
Those are the plays for the NBA tonight. I'm excited.
Well, you mentioned Jokic over 18.5 rebounds. I was like, oh, well, what's the narrative bet? Like, can we bet him to have like the most rebounds in a game? So I'm going to quiz you here, Cody. there's a player who set the record, an NBA Finals record, with 40 rebounds. Who is that player?
Wilt Chamberlain, maybe, or Bill Russell.
Okay, there you go. Russell and Wilt Chamberlain have combined for 23 of the 24 best rebounding games in Finals history.
God.
Who's the only other player to pull down 30 boards or more in a final? So Russell and Chamberlain did it 23 of the 24 times.
God, the other one, maybe Dennis Rodman.
Maybe. Good guess, but Nate Thurmond. So
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, that's why I gave up right away. But yeah, we'll see what Jokic can do. Magic Johnson has the record for assists in a game with 21. Mm-hmm. He's the only player to do 20. So I mean, maybe Jokic tries to tie Magic.
I forgot to mention, you know how you can place bets on like how many game or like who wins a series and like all that kind of stuff. Like the future
James is putting $5 on the Heat and 4.
Nice. That, I mean, it's really good odds. It's like plus 3,500 or whatever. Like, listen, it's gonna lose tonight, James, but you know, get it if they tease you for 3 games like they did against Boston, like at least you'll have the fun of the sweat, right?
35-1.
Yeah. Anyway, I got the Nuggets to win in 6 at plus 400, which was interesting because the lowest odds was the Nuggets in 5 at plus like 250. Mm-hmm. So in my head, I'm thinking, I get, you know, a sizable odds boost at just playing one more game than, you know what I mean? I think plus, like for the Nuggets to sweep, it was like plus 380. Mm-hmm. But then for them to go 6 games with Miami, it was at plus 400. I just thought that was weird.
For them to go 5 games, it's at plus 250. For them to go 7, plus 310. That
makes no sense. So like,
I like the sweep. I like the sweeper, honestly, 4-1 best for the Nuggets.
Right. And so like, I was only doing it for the odds. I would not be surprised if Denver sweeps or only wins in 5, but I do think Miami will give them a good run because they have experience in the NBA Finals, specifically Eric Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler and some of those other guys. And I guess Tyler Hero might be back for Game 3. I don't know if that's going to affect them or not in a positive or a bad way, but you know, they have guys on the roster that have played in the NBA Finals, whether it was in the bubble or not. They still did it. Like it's, you know,
absolutely
experience on the big stage.
The final bet I have, it's a DraftKings boost. So shout out to them. We do have a DraftKings read. So why not? I'll weave it in here. Join the NBA Finals action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. New customers can place a $5 bet and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can take a shot at bigger payouts with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays, just like Cody did with his bonus bet. But you can boost yours if you're not putting down a bonus bet. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code CHGO. New customers can place a $5 bet and score $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's code CHGO only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Massachusetts, call 1-800-327-505 or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Kansas, call 1-800-522-4700. Shout out Sarah. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, 21 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details and state-specific responsible gambling resources. Bonus bet expires 7 days after issuance. Opt in and 10+ leg required for 100% boost. Eligibility, wagering, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.com. Terms at sportsbook.com. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
They need to just have us like
that rolls
record that. Just
I did
like we should just have it recorded and then we just play it like as soon as like, you know what I mean? Like which is
what I did for Jake.
Pre-recorded reads, man. That's it.
Shout out to DraftKings. We have the Superstar Boost, and I'm playing it. You can wager up to $25 on it. Nikola Jokic, or at least I can. I don't know what other people can. I mean, new customers might be more. Nikola Jokic 25 plus points. Jimmy Butler 20 plus points. I think the Jokic part is easy unless he's literally going for 20 assists. And you look at Jimmy Butler. Last time he didn't score 20 points in a game one. It was against Philly in 2022, but I believe he was injured because he was inactive for the final game against Atlanta. And then he went 5 of 16 as well and scored 15 points. So it's like, he made 2 more shots and he probably gets 20. So he's consistently put up 20. I think it's good odds at plus 100. We love plus money. It's something that's usually at minus 150. I'm not overlooking it. We cashed one of these in the Celtics series with Tatum and Butler. Only played one of them, was 1 for 1. This feels like a pretty good vibe.
I like it, and I probably will play it as well. But to be honest with you, the one that scares me, it's not even Butler, it's Jokic, just because they're so deep. And if they do get into, like, if they do blow them out, like I feel like they could, I feel like Jokic will probably be distributing the ball a lot more. And meaning if they do blow them out, I'm going to assume Denver's hitting a lot of threes. And so they might get a lot of contributions from their bench, or, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, like those, like there was a 1 or 2 games in that series, in their last series, where he didn't really score like a ton of points because everyone else was hitting shots. So like I could see that happening tonight. So again, I'm probably going to play it, but he's the one that I'm a little weary about. Jimmy Butler, he's going to have to come out aggressive, in my opinion, if they're going to hang around in this game.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, the thing is I just worry about the altitude maybe zapping Jimmy.
That's fair too.
The Jokic part, I feel like he can get 25 in the first half. Yeah. I hear your points, but I guess that's my vibe. I was trying to look up Jokic first half points. I don't know. He might be able to drop 20 in the first half, and then all we need is just 2 buckets and an and one. I'm not. I don't know. Are you gonna tail it?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take it. I'm probably not gonna put the full 25 on it, but I'll probably put like 10.
All right, we're gonna tail it. We're gonna tail it, folks. All right, so jump on in and tail it. All right, we're gonna let you know one more great sponsor that we have, Manscaped, especially with Father's Day coming up. This could be a fantastic gift if you haven't gotten your dad a gift yet. And baseball's also back, and I know everyone wants to hit a home run, but you can't do that when you're with your untrimmed bush is starting to look like Wrigley Field, Cody. It would be beautiful and historic, no? Your untrimmed bush would be beautiful and historic.
I would say that it would be beautiful and very historic.
I mean, it would be old, so trim that shit. Get your game on point with Manscaped, and you can start scoring on and off the field with their top-notch grooming products trusted by 8 million men worldwide. Grab some Cracker Jacks, a hot dog, and the Lawn Mower 4.0, and let's play ball. Don't forget to use code CHGO for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. And we've loved these products. As you could tell, I'm very hairy. The waterproof part of this is fantastic. I mean, come on. I mean, it's professional. It has a nice little light as well. It's easy to clean. It's been like fully charged for 2 years. This thing's a beast. There's no reason not to get this, whether it is for your dad or for your self. What?
James Orlando's comments are cracking me up. Here you go, Dad.
I mean,
it's
hey,
like Father's Day gift. Yeah,
it's not strictly for that. I mean, you could also use it on your face. I mean, it's not strictly. I think, I don't know. Trim your bat and balls with Manscaped to get into the MVP discussion this season. Most valuable player, of course, with the code CHGO for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code CHGO, manscaped.com.
Okay. James is also asking for the same game parlay X.
We know.
I tweeted it. If you're catching the show not live, I did tweet it. So no Cubs or White Sox today. I think we're blessed.
Stinky.
We're blessed.
You're seeing it as a blessing?
It's a blessing. We can't be hurt by our teams today, Sean.
I guess.
But there's 2 games where I feel like there could be a lot of runs in, and so we're doing the same game parlay X hit parlay. for today. And so I'm looking at the first game is Colorado and Arizona. That first pitch is at 2:40 this afternoon. Zach Davies against some guy from Colorado that has a ERA over 5. Chris Bryant and Corbin Carroll. Chris Bryant's going up against Zach Davies. He obviously saw him a lot here in the NL Central, but in like 52 at bats, he's hitting 350 against Zach Davies. So I like those odds, even though I looked at his recent game log. He hasn't been doing a ton lately, but I like his chances against Zach Davies today, considering he's seen him a lot throughout his career. And then Corbin Carroll, the pitcher is a right-handed pitcher. Corbin Carroll's been good overall all season, and I'm just kind of rolling with that one. If you just took those two by itself, it comes out to plus 105. So you get plus odds with just that. Then the other game is tonight, Red Sox Reds. The Reds are red hot, but I'm rolling with two guys from the Red Sox because Chris Sale is going for the Red Sox. And he's been pretty good this year. Rafael Devers, it's a lefty power hitter. Hunter Green going for the Reds. You know how he loves to throw the fastball. Devers is good against fastballs. And same thing with Yoshida's hitting well over 400 against fastballs this year. If you just did those two legs, it comes out to minus 105. But when you put all four of these together, it comes out to plus 300. So, and again, it's the beauty about the Same Game Parlay X, the promo, is that it's a no sweat. So, and it's up to $15, at least for me. It might be $10 for you if you haven't done it a lot.
It's 15 for me.
Awesome. So $15 wins you 60 if this hits tonight, folks. I think that's a great chance to win some money, man.
I hit one of these on Friday, and I've been living off of it for the past 4 days. It's incredible. I think it's the best promo out there because again, it's no sweat. You get the ability to get a bonus bet back, and if you're putting a $15 bonus bet on a single home run, James, not a home run parlay, James, you'd be able to get a decent return. Obviously you got to have a player hit a home run. But who are you have Corbin Carroll and who's the other?
Chris Bryant.
Okay.
And then that's in the Rockies and Diamondbacks game this afternoon. And then Rafael Devers and Masataka Yoshida tonight. Red Sox at Fenway Park. So again, 15 wins you 60. It comes out to plus 300. God, come on. I honestly haven't won one of these yet in a while, at least. I've been trying to do the Chicago parlay, doing 2 Cubs players, 2 White Sox players. Been tweeting them from the CHGO Bets Daily account. We get close. We miss by one leg. It's painful. But
the last one I just did with this, I missed 1 strikeout from Kikuchi from the Blue Jays. Hit on my Zach Gallen one, hit on Diamondbacks run line at minus 1.5, hit on Blue Jays money line. So I like the actual hit thing because it's just one event, right? You just need one thing to happen. Dude needs to hit the ball. I like it. I think I'm going to go with Corbin Carroll and Christian Walker in that game. I think I'm just going to more fade Chase Anderson. I do understand fading Zach Davies, but ground balls. But I mean, I think there's actually probably a higher batting average on ground balls. Whatever. I'm here we go. The mind of Sean Anderson. And then where else? I mean, you went to Hunter Green, which I don't hate.
He's coming off a really good start because he had like 6 perfect innings against the Cubs.
So fade.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying is I think it is a good time to fade him. One, because the Red Sox offense is better than the Cubs. And he's on the road at Fenway Park. I know that the Reds have been hot of late, but I don't know. I think it's a good spot to fade Hunter Green because going into that start against the Cubs, it's not like he'd been absolutely electric or anything. Honestly, what he did against the Cubs the other day, probably one of the best starts of his career. So I think it's a good time to fade him.
I think I'm going to go to this Mets game. I think I'm going to bet on some nine Mets. Taijuan Walker is a guy that I've faded before. I don't think he's got great stuff. You guys saw him, right?
Yeah, and he was supposed to be bad. He had like an ERA over 6, and he just shoved against us.
our teams suck. I mean, he was supposed to be bad too, and he threw like 7 innings against us. So I mean, that's just welcome to Chicago. For the Mets in day games, Tommy Pham rips it up in day games. Let's go. Is Tommy Pham injured? Probably. I like Francisco Alvarez.
It's been hot.
And Mark Canha. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Francisco Alvarez and Mark Canha. So my same game parlay X is at plus 390. With that, plus 145 for the Mets.
You said hold my beer, Cody. All right.
Well, I didn't mean to hold my beer. I was just trying to. I like your picks. I mean, if I can play your picks and they want to give me 2 no sweat same game parlay X's, I'll place 2. I don't know. I mean, why not give people as many picks as possible too? I mean, follow Cody. Cody's the moneymaker here. Alvarez is batting 9th and Canha's batting 8th. So I mean, if that plays into your fading strategy, maybe you go Brett Beatty and Marte because they're higher in the lineup. But whatever, fuck it, we ball. That's Cody Delmendo. Go follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Oh my God, it's Jack R.
Jack R's in the chat. He says Blue Jays money line. He also says that the Heat are going to win the finals, which I just think is.
Did he say that? Do we have receipts? Do we have the Jack R receipts? Can we go into the folder and find the Jack R receipts? I know he said Cleveland World Series. He always picks the underdog. He's always picking some random long shot. I wouldn't be surprised if he picked.
He was right about Golden State last year, but like I think they were the odds-on favorites basically to win it all last year. So I still think Denver in 6. Denver in 6, baby.
All right, I'm not betting on a what's it called? You said San Diego State would win it all, and they didn't. Come on.
You said San Diego State was going to win it all.
I had futures on UConn and San Diego State, and guess what? I didn't bet on either of them. Boom! I'm the best better around.
Especially when you don't place the bet.
Yeah, seriously. Well, Jack R and James Orlando, best of luck on your Miami bets. I know James has them to win in a sweep, so hopefully Miami sweeps the Nuggets. And both Cody and I are wrong. That's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Shout out to Jack R, James Orlando, and Sarah for hanging out with us. And make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. We'll see you later when we are millionaires.